Welcome back to the channel. I'm Alex, and today, we are settling one of the most interesting matchups in the affordable EV world right now. Slight pause, let them settle in. A compact hatchback EV versus a subcompact crossover SUV. Same price range. Very different cars. Let's get into it. Calm down from intro energy, educator mode now. Speak numbers slowly and clearly. Alright, let's start with the basics. The numbers. Because before we talk about how these cars look or how they feel, you need to know what you're actually getting for your money. Pause. Then speak prices slowly, one at a time. The Nissan Leaf 2025 starts at $28,040. But, and this is important, there's also a plus trim that jumps up to around $36,000. Keep that in mind. Brief pause. The Hyundai Kona Electric 2026 starts at $33,550. So right off the bat, the Leaf is the more affordable option. But, cheaper doesn't always mean better. And that's exactly what we're here to find out. Slow down even more for key specs, let each one land. Now power. The standard Leaf gives you 147 horsepower. The Leaf Plus? 214 horsepower. The Kona Electric sits right in the middle at 201 horsepower. This is the big number, pause before and after. And range, this is where things get real interesting. Standard Leaf? Pause, 149 miles. Leaf Plus? 212 miles. Kona Electric? Long pause, 1.5 seconds, 261 miles. Let that sink in, then move forward. Yeah. We'll talk about that more in a minute. But first, let's talk about how these things actually look. Transition smoothly, paint a picture with words. Okay, exterior design. And look, I'm going to be completely honest with you here. Because this is your money and you deserve a real opinion. Slightly lower energy, honest, not harsh. The Nissan Leaf 2025. Now. The Leaf has been around since 2011. And honestly, you can kind of tell. The design is pause, safe. It's inoffensive. It's a very normal looking hatchback. The front end has Nissan's V-Motion grille, the headlights are clean, and overall it's a perfectly fine looking car. Pause, then deliver the honest opinion. But, and I say this as someone who genuinely respects what the Leaf has done for the EV world, it doesn't turn heads in 2025. It just doesn't. If you park this next to a gas-powered Corolla, nobody's looking twice. Slight sigh, then pivot. Boom. Not sure Nissan made the boldest design choices here. The profile is boxy in a way that feels more practical than exciting, the rear end is pretty average, and the overall silhouette just doesn't scream this is the future. It screams this gets me to work. And hey, for some people, that's totally fine. Energy shift, genuine excitement now. But then, long pause 1. 5 seconds, you see the Hyundai Kona Electric 2026. And wow! Sound genuinely impressed, smile here. Now this is what I'm talking about. The Kona Electric has had a serious glow up. The front fascia is aggressive, we're talking a full-width pixel LED light bar that stretches across the entire front. It looks futuristic. It looks expensive. When this thing pulls up next to you at a red light, you notice it. Build enthusiasm. The side profile has that crossover SUV stance. Slightly raised ride height, muscular wheel arches, clean character lines running down the doors. And the rear? Same pixel LED treatment. It's cohesive. It's intentional. The designers clearly had a vision and they went for it. Come back to ground level, balanced assessment. Color options, both cars give you a solid range of choices. The Kona Electric offers some really sharp two-tone combinations that make it look even more premium. The Leaf keeps it more traditional. Confident but fair conclusion. Design winner? Pause, I think most people would agree it's the Kona Electric. It's not even particularly close. But if bold styling isn't your thing and you just want a clean, practical-looking car, the Leaf won't embarrass you. Shift tone, invite them inside with you. Alright, let's step inside. Because this is where you're going to spend all your time. And in my opinion, the interior can make or break an affordable car. Open with the Leaf. Honest. Starting with the Nissan Leaf 2025. I gotta say, it's fine. It's functional. The dashboard layout is straightforward, everything is where you'd expect it to be. The materials? Pause, look, there are some hard plastics in here that remind you this isn't a luxury vehicle. The center console area feels a little dated. It's not offensive, it's just not exciting. Tech, be specific. The infotainment screen is an 8-inch display, and it gets the job done. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are available, wired on the base trim. Navigation is included. The screen itself is responsive enough, but sitting next to what some competitors are offering in 2025, 8 inches feels small. Seating and space. Back seat, here's where the Leaf being a hatchback starts to show. Legroom is adequate for average-sized passengers, but if you've got tall adults sitting back there on a long drive? Pause, it can get a little cozy. Headroom is okay, but not generous. Cargo space behind the rear seats is 23.6 cubic feet, respectable for a hatchback. Transition to Kona, energy picks up. Now, let's talk about the Hyundai Kona Electric 2026 interior. And here's what I'm going to say right up front, this interior genuinely impressed me. For the price point? Hyundai absolutely over-delivered. Sound genuinely enthusiastic. Walk up to the driver's seat and the first thing that hits you is the dual curved screen setup. We're talking a 12.3-inch digital driver's display combined with a 12.3-inch infotainment touchscreen. Side by side. Sweeping across the dashboard. It looks like something you'd find in a car that costs twice as much. Personal reaction. I gotta be honest, when I first saw it in person, my reaction was basically, okay Hyundai, I see you. Continue with details. The infotainment system runs Hyundai's latest software, it's smooth, it's intuitive, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, and the screen real estate means you can have your navigation up while still seeing your music and climate controls. No more tiny cramped menus. Materials and feel. Materials quality? Noticeably better than the Leaf. The upper dash has soft touch materials, the steering wheel feels premium in your hands, and the overall layout feels modern and intentional rather than just functional. Space comparison. Back seat space, and here's where being an SUV versus a hatchback actually matters. The Kona Electric sits higher, so rear passengers get better headroom. Legroom is competitive. It genuinely feels more spacious back there. Cargo space is 25.5 cubic feet. Not dramatically more than the Leaf, but every cubic foot counts when you're loading up for a road trip. One honest criticism of Kona interior. Here's what slightly bothers me about the Kona interior, some of the lower door panels use cheaper plastics, and at this price point you notice it. It's a small thing. But it's there. Section conclusion, clear winner. Interior and tech winner? Pause, Hyundai Kona Electric. It's not close. That dual screen setup alone puts it in a different league. Energy jump, this is the fun section. Now, pause, here's where things get interesting. Performance. And with EVs, performance means something very different than it does with gas cars. Start with the Leaf, be fair and enthusiastic. The Nissan Leaf 2025 standard model, 147 horsepower. And look, on paper that doesn't sound like much. But this is an EV. That torque hits instantly. You step on it from a stop and there's no lag, no hesitation. It just pulls. For city driving? Honestly, surprisingly peppy. Zipping around traffic, merging onto the highway, the standard Leaf handles it confidently. Leaf Plus upgrade. Now if you step up to the Leaf Plus 214 horsepower, it becomes genuinely fun to drive. The acceleration is noticeably stronger. 0 to 60 comes in around 6.5 seconds, which for a practical hatchback EV, that's solid. Handling and ride. Ride quality on the Leaf is smooth. Suspension soaks up city potholes pretty well. One pedal driving is available, and once you get used to it, you wonder how you ever drove without it. Cabin noise is low, it's an EV so engine noise is gone, and Nissan did decent work on road and wind noise insulation. Pivot to Kona build anticipation. However, pause, the Hyundai Kona Electric 2026 has 201 horsepower, and here's the thing. It uses a completely redesigned platform. And you feel it the moment you drive it. Genuine excitement, this is the good stuff. 0 to 60 in 6.4 seconds, smooth as butter. The power delivery is linear and confident. Highway merging? No drama whatsoever. The steering feel is tighter than the Leaf, there's a sense of solidity, of precision, that makes you feel connected to the road. Range, the big performance factor for EVs. But here's the real performance story with EVs, and that's range. Because the best acceleration in the world means nothing if you're stranded on the side of the highway. The Kona Electric's 261 miles of range versus the standard Leaf's 149 miles? Long pause, that's not a small gap. That is a significant difference in how these cars fit into your real life. Real-world perspective. Think about it this way. With the standard Leaf, you're charging more frequently. For pure city commuting? Totally manageable. But for anyone who does occasional longer drives? That range limitation is always in the back of your mind. The Kona? You just drive. And worry about it less. Performance section verdict. Performance winner, Hyundai Kona Electric. Better range, comparable power, more refined drive experience. But don't count the Leaf Plus out if range isn't your priority. Tone shift. Slightly more serious. This section matters for families. Alright, let's get a little more serious for a second. Because no matter how cool a car looks or how fast it goes, safety and reliability are what matter when things go wrong. Nissan Leaf safety. The Nissan Leaf 2025 has solid safety credentials. Standard automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning, and rear automatic braking come on even the base trim. NHTSA ratings are respectable. And here's the thing about the Leaf, it has a proven track record. This car has been on American roads since 2011. 14 years of real-world reliability data. That's not nothing. Warranty, speak clearly. Battery warranty on the Leaf is 8 years or 100,000 miles. That gives you peace of mind on the most expensive component in any EV. Kona Electric safety. The Hyundai Kona Electric 2026 steps it up with a more comprehensive standard safety suite. Blind spot collision avoidance, rear cross traffic alert, and highway driving assist are all included. IIHS results have been strong. Warranty comparison, pause for emphasis. And the warranty? Hyundai offers 10 years or 100,000 miles on the powertrain. Pause, 10 years. That is class-leading coverage, and it tells you Hyundai is extremely confident in this platform. Balanced reliability note. The one honest caveat on the Kona? It's a newer platform. Less long-term real-world data compared to the Leaf. The warranty covers you, but time will tell on multi-year reliability. Build up slowly, this is the payoff moment. Okay. We've looked at everything. Design. Interior. Performance. Safety. Now it comes down to the most important question, which one is actually worth your money? Leaf buyer. By the Nissan Leaf 2025. If you're a first-time EV buyer who wants the most affordable entry point into electric driving. If your daily commute is under 100 miles round trip. If you want a proven, reliable car with years of track record. If you mainly drive in the city and charging infrastructure near you is solid. the Leaf is a genuinely good car for the right buyer. Don't let anyone tell you differently. Kona buyer. By the Hyundai Kona Electric 2026. If you want a car that can handle both daily driving and longer road trips without range anxiety. If you care about modern tech and that dual screen setup genuinely excites you. If you want the better looking car, the car that makes people in parking lots do a double take. If you're thinking long term and that 10-year warranty gives you peace of mind. Build suspense, slow down here. And the overall winner. Long pause, 2 full seconds. Confident, decisive, direct. The Hyundai Kona Electric 2026. Explain, don't just declare. Here's why. In 2025, range matters. The charging network gap between CHAdeMO, which the Leaf uses, and CCS, which the Kona uses, matters. The interior quality gap matters. The design gap matters. The Kona Electric costs a bit more upfront, but you get significantly more car for that money. Acknowledge the Leaf fairly. The Leaf isn't a bad car. It's actually a great car for a specific type of buyer. But head-to-head? On overall value, versatility, and future-proofing, the Kona Electric wins this one. Big energy return and on a high note. Smile wide here. And that is the verdict, Nitro Garage fam. Hyundai Kona Electric 2026 takes the crown, but the Nissan Leaf 2025 is absolutely still worth your consideration if it fits your lifestyle. Comments CTA, enthusiastic but genuine. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop it in the comments right now, Team Leaf or Team Kona? I read every single comment and I genuinely want to know where you guys stand on this one. Like and subscribe, not pushy, just friendly. If this video helped you out, smash that like button, it actually helps this channel more than you know. And if you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a Nitro Garage video. Next, video tease.